The ultimate sign of feline trust does not look like affection. It looks exactly like an insult. You step into a room. Your cat immediately stands up and walks out. Most owners take this personally. You assume you just ruined their peace. You assume they cannot stand to be near you. But you are completely blind to the biological green light that just fired inside their brain. When your cat walks away the exact second you arrive, they are not rejecting you. They are executing a masterclass in spatial respect. And if you misread this moment and force them to stay, you might accidentally drive them into chronic hiding. A silent consequence we will completely unpack at the end of this video. To understand what just happened, we have to completely dismantle how humans view shared space. Humans are a physically aggregating species. To us, closeness equals affection. If we love someone, we sit next to them. But cats evolved from solitary hunters who had to share incredibly limited territory without killing each other. To survive without constant physical conflict, they developed an invisible architecture called temporal time-sharing. In the feline mind, space is not just about physical location, it is about time. When your cat is sleeping in the living room, they own that space for that specific block of the day. When you walk in, you instantly change the density of the room. You bring a massive sensory footprint. You bring heavy footsteps, changing air currents, and shifting acoustic energy. Instead of fighting for the space or feeling threatened, a confident cat will simply hand it over. They are not leaving because they are disgusted by you. They are leaving because their timeshare is up. They are yielding the prime territory to the most important entity in their environment. But if you think this is just a quirky way your cat shares physical space, you are about to make a massive mistake. Their internal sense of security right now is balancing on a biological knife edge. If you give in to your human instinct to call them back or follow them out of hurt feelings, you will shatter that fragile trust. Understanding the hard science of feline attachment is the absolute only way to prevent this silent damage. In a landmark 2019 study published in the journal Current Biology, researchers at Oregon State University's Human-Animal Interaction Lab tested how domestic cats react to their owners entering a room. They wanted to map feline attachment styles. The results completely shattered the myth of the cold, unfeeling cat. The researchers found that exactly 64.3% of the cats demonstrated a secure attachment style, and the defining behavior of a securely attached cat was incredibly revealing. When the owner entered the room, the secure cats did not cling to them. Instead, the owner's presence actually deactivated the cat's sympathetic nervous system. Your arrival dropped their baseline anxiety. It signaled to their brain that the environment was now entirely safe, which gave them the biological green light to move away, explore, or sleep deeply in another room. If you have ever stood in an empty doorway, feeling a quiet sting of sadness because your cat just walked away from you, drop a comment below, because you are definitely not alone in feeling this way. But once you understand their nervous system, that departure is no longer an insult. It is the ultimate compliment. An insecure, stressed cat will stay glued to your side because they need you to constantly buffer their anxiety. They are using you as a physical shield against the environment. A secure cat walks away because your mere presence has already provided all the safety they need. You took over the guard duty of the living room, so they are free to go clock out. Here is the one practical check you can use to decode this departure in real time. The next time you walk into a room and your cat gets up to leave, do not look at their back. Look at their tail. watch the exact shape of the base of the tail as they walk past you. If the tail is held high with a soft curve at the tip, or if it gently brushes your leg on the way out, they are confirming a secure spatial handover. They are saying, "The room is yours, I am going to the bedroom." But this is exactly where we have to introduce a critical distinction, because there is a moment when leaving the room does not mean respect. There is a moment when it becomes a serious warning sign. Most owners misinterpret both sides of this behavior. It is perfectly healthy for a cat to rotate out of a room when you enter, but it is not healthy if they actively flee. If your cat leaves the room and their body stays low to the ground, if their ears are pinned back, if their tail is tucked tight against their hind legs, if they scramble to get traction on the floor as they rush past you, that is no longer temporal time-sharing. That is active avoidance. If your cat consistently leaves every single room you enter, and they never choose to sleep in the same spatial zone as you at any point in the day, the relationship is fractured. This type of chronic spatial avoidance usually points to a history of overstimulation. It means that in the past, your entry into a room has resulted in them being picked up, forced to cuddle, or bothered while they were trying to rest. Their nervous system has learned that your arrival equals a loss of bodily autonomy. They are leaving because they feel they are about to be trapped. The only way to repair this specific dynamic is to practice the art of doing absolutely nothing. When you enter a room, do not look at them. Do not reach for them. Sit down, look away, and let them realize that your presence does not require their participation. You have to prove that sharing a room with you does not come with a physical cost. Once they learn that you can coexist without forced interaction, the frantic fleeing will stop. So the next time you walk into the kitchen and your cat immediately strolls out, do not feel rejected. Do not try to call them back. Take a deep breath and appreciate the invisible architecture of your relationship. You are not being abandoned by a cold, distant roommate. You are being trusted by a brilliant apex predator. A predator who feels so entirely safe in your presence that they do not even need to keep an eye on you.